Hi, I'm Dan LeMay. I'm the instructor for the statistics class you're signed up for through CCV this summer. And the purpose of this video is to basically give you a run through of what you want to do for week one. And then every week's kind of like this. So I probably won't be posting a what to do video each week, but to get you started and to minimize your time. So I want you to be able to minimize your time, but and maximize your grade. Okay, so hopefully this will help you. So let's see here. So I'm going to go to student view here, and then I got to share my screen, don't I? Oh, I'm in student view. I just got to share my screen. Okay, I got to come up here and do that then. There. So I'm in Canvas, front page of the statistics course. You know it's statistics because that's listed there. And there's my email address if you want me. If you want to Zoom live with me, there's that link there. Do I want to do that right now? I'm going to come back to that later. Here's the to-do list. Let me get a pointer going here so it shows up a little better. So this is the to-do list, and if you've taken CCV courses before, I'm sure you've seen this before. I've had students that just use this to get their work done. And the trouble with that is they're missing out some of the other stuff that I have available. And remember, we're trying to maximize your grade, but minimize your time. And we don't want you to miss anything. You don't want to have to struggle. I mean, don't want to have to go Google everything if you to get an answer. We don't want that. So the way what you want to do, and this is true for any CCV course, the way at least any of the ones I've taken as a student, is you want to go to modules because what we're supposed to do, and you can click on it here, here, or here, but I usually use this. And then each week there's a we're supposed to list have a module for each week. So here's week one, and right now you see that's grayed out. That's because you got some stuff you got to do in week zero. Um, here's the course resource module. There's a bunch of stuff in here that I'm not going to go over with right now. But you do one thing I will point you to is, and it's kind of reiterated in this week, things to do before 5:20. I won't click on that. I won't talk to it. But you want to go get a copy of the course syllabus and save it as a PDF at a minimum. If you can print it, that's okay too. Because reason you want that is after this course ends in August, and you're trying to transfer this course to another college, they might want to say, hey, well, what'd you learn in that SAT class? And you'll have that syllabus right with you, and you're able to either submit it online or if you're in person with an advisor, you can show them. And you can always ask me after the semester, but after the semester's over, the current syllabus disappears, and then what you'll find is it'll be next summer's will show up. And I can always send you what I'm doing, and like if you need this summer's course and it's next spring, I can always send you what I'm doing next spring because it's the same content. It just doesn't match up exactly. I don't know. Wouldn't want to not be able to get the credits because you didn't have a copy of it. So long story short, a long explanation short, go get a copy of that for yourself. So you go check out, hopefully before on the first day or before the first day, because what I do is each week I open up I open up the next week on the Saturday before it begins. So this course starts on Tuesday the 20th. You see this will unlock on May 17th, which is Saturday. So you can get started on it, you can get it done, work ahead, try to get your work done on that first weekend rather than before the course even starts. So that way you can do week two before week two even starts, and that'll set you up for a pattern of not having to wait, not being stressed at the last minute, and having to ask for an extension, which puts you further behind. You want to try to do it. You'll thank yourself. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot going on. I know you don't want to start a summer course earlier than you have to, but it'd be worth your time to do that. Um, so yeah. So what do you got to do in this on this to get into the next? See where it says complete all items. You have to look at that. Well, here, let's look at this since I'm a student. I'm going to open up, look at that. I got some things you can read. I won't go over into them right now. Hopefully, you'll go through a little more depth than what I'm doing right now. And then you also have to introduce yourself to the class, and um, I might have to do this. See, here's my, so this is about the who am I thing. I'll show you what it, you can read it. I won't go into it. Here's my no frills introduction. So you want to do something like this. Tell us who you are. How do you like to be addressed? Like I do like to be called Dan. Nobody ever does that anymore. They always say Professor or Mr. LeMay, or I answer to anything. So I don't care. If you don't feel comfortable calling me Dan, that's okay too. Um, but it's okay if you do. And then yeah, a little bit about me. And then here was that who am I? I took a workshop a couple semesters ago where I thought this was a good thing to do. I liked it. But I got my creative side out a little bit. So anyways, you got to make a post here, and this is your first discussion forum post for the week. Um, each week you're required to do two posts, the first one before Saturday night and the last one before the end of the week on Monday night. You can do them both before Saturday night if you want to. Um, but if you miss this week only, I will take this late because it's an intro. It's not really math. We're not doing that. So if you don't get to this till Monday, that's okay. But that's going to leave you behind because you got to do this in order to go into week one. So I would do it do it that first day. Do it on Monday or Tuesday the 20th and get it done. You don't have to say much. Really, this is the four things you should talk about, or three things you should talk about, and that's really enough. If you want to add more, you can. Um, so let's see. So let's go back. So oh gosh, I guess I gotta, because I'm in student mode, I'm just gonna do something lame like that, and I'll go delete it later. Because what that's gonna do for me is that's gonna let me open up. Well, actually, does it open it up? Oh no, that's because the time lock. That's because the time lock. Oh yeah. Well, this won't be locked on Saturday. So what I'll probably do is leave my student mode and go into teacher mode, and that way I have access to it because I really want to show you what to do. One thing, I don't know if you know this about Canvas, we have these modules and the triangle drops it down. And what if you come in here and you have a lot of triangles open? What if you want to go through and click a bunch of them? You can just click on collapse all, and it'll close them all. So see, now week one's open to me. This is where this video is going to reside. Right now, this is last summer's. And but what you want to do, remember, I'm doing this to minimize your time you spent, and rather than just looking at the to-do list, click on first thing you should do is click on the week overview. I tell you, if you're going to have a quiz, where it is, it could be out on WebAssign, it could be here in Canvas. I'm going to tell you what we're going to cover. This week we're going to skip a couple things. So okay, we're trying to do the trouble. The one bad thing about these summer courses is usually you have week one to do chapter one, week two to do chapter two, but because it's condensed, a 15-week semester into a 12-week semester, we're going to do the first two chapters during the same week. Um, so I tell you what to do. You can go watch Dr. Stevens' videos. You can click right there. I'll click on it. And here's his video. The Dr. Scott Stevens is who wrote the textbook. He's a pretty effective lecturer. He's a little dry, but he's pretty effective. So he's got three videos for each of the sections, and the summary worksheet. He shows you how to walk through that, and then he does that. That's pretty much what he does. I would honestly take the time to look at his videos. They won't take you that long, and they'll speed you along and doing the work. Okay. Now, there's some ungraded practice, and what you can do is you can go on to the into the textbook, either online or if you buy the PDF or you buy the FileBound, you can have it. For this week and next week, I'll make chapters one, two, and three available as a PDF. Why don't I stop the video just so I can show you that rather than looking out at WebAssign? Is it still recording? Didn't be watching, trying to click on something. To, to heck with it, folks. Here. Now, actually, what I'm gonna do, I gotta stop the share so I can get at it. Maybe this will let me pause recording. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're recording again. Yes, we are. Okay, so this is that $10 PDF that, if you watch that buying textbooks and stuff, that you can get. And this, I think this is better than the one out at WebAssign because that's that page turner. We got to click to turn it. And it turns the pages. I don't know. I'm not a fan. But what it is what Dr. Stevens does on his videos is he walks you through everything here. He talks you through it. He talks about examples, like here, these examples. He talks you through it. Then there's your turns, and he gives you a chance to do those. He doesn't go back and tell you the answers. At least I don't think he does, once he's updated them. But I have those available in Canvas and that course resources. Okay. I'll try to remember that when I leave this page. And then, you can go through it and this kind of watching his videos is going to give you a good background. So that way you'll be able to speed through that graded homework. Um, the other thing you can do to help yourself out is when you come to the exercises, where's the problem set? So this is explanation still. There's a summary worksheet. He walks you through those on his website. Here we go. Here's the problem sets. Anything with a star next to an asterisk next to it, he has what I have in the back. If you go buy the book, they're in the back of the book here. Detailed solutions to selected problems, and he gives you all the answers to those starred exercises. I have these available for you in Canvas, and I'll show you where to find those. But why do you want to spend extra time doing extra problems? The problems I ask you on WebAssign are very similar to these. Or sometimes maybe it's not a starred exercise, but it might be something like number two, where it's not starred, but it's right here in the assignment. And you could ask for help on them. I'll help if you stuck out on WebAssign, you can always ask in the discussion forums too. And they'll help you do that, or somebody else will help you do it. Okay, so that's the ungraded stuff that you can do, and plus if you do those starred exercises and have it on paper, when you come to take quizzes and exams, because everything's open note, you'll have that work right there in front of you that you can. Oh, this is just like this problem, and you're going to see something like number 13 or 14 on the first quiz, so it'd be worth doing it. You're going to see something like number 11 in the first quiz, so it's worth doing. Okay, so that's the PDF, and again, I'm going to have chapters 1, 2, and 3 available for you in Canvas. I don't know why I don't have that there yet. Okay, so now let me close this. No, I don't want to install this. Here we go. So that's the ungraded practice. Out of WebAssign is the graded practice, and go watch my other videos about getting registered out at WebAssign and buying how do you buy it on the cheap. And that now the other thing is the MyOpenMath you can choose to do, and I've got another website you can use. What I do with the online exercise sets, try all the exercises in an exercise set, earn at least a 70, and I'll write in full credit. And that goes for the MyOpenMath too. Because it is optional, you start some of them, you think I need some more practice with the percentages. Go do that percentage assignment that's out there. And if you don't want to finish it, don't, and I won't pull the grade in, because if you don't earn a 70, I won't. It'll just exempt you from it. But you can also do them, and every little grade helps, and every little bit of practice will help. And then the other last thing for week one that you got to do is, and I think I mentioned this once, you have to do a 2 discussion forum posts each week. For this week, the first one is the introduction forum. And while I normally say everything's due, your first post is due by Saturday night each week, the second one's due by Monday night this week, because of that introduction forum is just an introduction. I'll take that on Monday if they wait to. I mean, I hope you don't, as I said, because you won't have access to this stuff until you've made that post. So it'd be worth doing it. 'Cause otherwise, you don't want to do it all. Have to do it all on Monday night. You might get it done, but it won't be fun. So here, let's come back and look at module week 1. So there's the week overview. Here I do have the PDF. So here's the PDFs for chapters 1 and 2. That's what I was just looking at. I just printed off the separate pages. Then I'll have some notes too, and some often I'll have videos. So I'm pretty sure that these are all me, as they are me. So this is another resource that you have. Dr. Stevens is going to be pretty much using formulas, whereas I'm going to push you towards using spreadsheets, applets, calculators. There's a time and a place for the algebra and the formulas, but really you'll never use them after this course. And I'd rather teach you some tools that you could use eventually. Okay, so uh, how good of a lecturer I am, I don't know. I'm not really lecturing. I'm kind of showing you how to do stuff. So I'm pretty good at that, I think. So sure, that's so there's my notes, and those are a link right in and I usually do some of these each week. Um, and then there's the place I'm going to bring in the WebAssign grade in at the end of the week. And there's 4 math assignments you can choose to do. You can do one of them, you can do none of them, you can do part of one and not worry about the grade. And then here's your last discussion forum post for the week. So, if you can get that done, what week? When do we start? That's not even Labor Day weekend, is it? Oh, I'm looking at April. Um, yeah, that is our Memorial Day weekend. That first weekend is Memorial Day weekend, or the second weekend is Memorial Day weekend. So if you could get week 1 done, it's going to open on May 17th, and the week starts on the 20th. You could probably get the week 1 done in those 3 days, or 2 days, and then take the rest of the week off, and then wait till Saturday on Memorial Day and start week 2, or take Memorial Day weekend off and jump in there. Though it would be sad to have a early start and then to lose it. But you know how you work best, and that's I can't tell you how to do it. I'll just tell you what I think you should do, and you can listen to that as much as you not. Because what'll happen on you can tell I work with high school students. So um, on Saturday, May 24th, I'll have week 2 open, and then I'll have week 3 open, which is the exam week on May 31st, Saturday, May 31st. Yeah, and then it won't be quite so hectic. The first 3 chapters are not bad, so that's why I'm okay pushing. Yeah, what that'll allow us to do will be when we have time for an exam, you'll just have the exams to deal with. You won't have new learning to do on top of it. Okay, let's see. Oh, I was going to show you this stuff in the course resources. Yep. You see this detailed solutions to the summary worksheets. This is written answers to the summary worksheets in the back of the chapter and Dr. Stevens has videos on walkthroughs on how to do that. So you use both. See this Stevens think, do, selected answers? That's those asterisk problems in the back of the book. Um, and then I get the tables and here's the do your turn solutions are right there. And then, yeah, and I have a link to WebAssign, link to MyOpenMath. I think that's good. One last thing before I leave, and I'll make this video is probably getting too long as it is. Um, if you want some live time with me, and I'm here to help. That's what I want. I want to help you. Um, I have this calendar. I use this Calendarly website as a booking time. You have to plan ahead by 12 hours. So um, if you wait till noon on Monday, let's go to the week the course starts. See, it goes 2 weeks ahead. Right. Okay. Well, suppose the course starts on the 6th. If you waited till noon on the 6th and you needed time with me, you wouldn't see them. They would this because you got to plan ahead by 12 hours. I got to be able to plan out my day so I know I don't get tied up in doing other things. And then miss your appointment. That happens occasionally. I'm mortified about that, so I don't like that to happen. But what you do is you just book a time, grab whatever time you want, and then put your name, put whatever email address you want to use. Your VSC email address is great. And then if you want to tell me what you want to need help with, that's fine. You don't have to do that. And then schedule. And then what'll happen, you'll get an email, I'll get an email. If something comes up that you're going to have to cancel the time with me, you can go schedule it. You can cancel that. There's a link right in the email to let you do that. It works pretty well. And plus, I can limit the time. Canvas doesn't let me limit the time. So, the time ahead. See, if I use the calendar in Canvas, I can't say you got to schedule me before 12 hours ahead. That's why I do that. Anyways, I think this is long enough. I don't want you to have to, I don't want you to have to do this. What's this? Oh, it's already scheduled, right? Right, right. Trying to get you going early. Okay, long enough video. Let me know what you need.